Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Skillet coming to you from X4 Foundations, from the Terran Cadet series. That's right, look at our station over there in its glory. Oh gosh. Now, before we get into the meat and potatoes of this episode, which is more of an update on what's going on in the galaxy, we're gonna get off this guy real quick. It's more of an update of what's going on in the galaxy, and you know what? No, you guys need to see what's going on in the background, actually. But before we get into that, I want to take a moment, and I want to thank each and every one of you. That's right, you on the other side of this screen. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for participating. And the biggest thank yous go out to the people that actively engaged in the last Let's Talk episode. You guys have opened up. It's inspiring for the comments that you guys did. And at time of recording this video, that video has 50 comments. Now, if you don't know what that video is, it's the Let's Talk video, How Do You Start Your Game? Read through those comments. What some of you do is just, it's interesting. But the most inspiring thing about that video is the response to that singular question. How do you start your game? And it's very interesting on what some of you do, whether it's the creative start, the budgeted start, the sandbox, the guided starts, the story starts. You guys and gals, everybody that plays this game plays it a slightly different way. Now, some of the things that we all do are run very similar in the beginning of a game. But what you guys put yourselves into, what you do, the story that you put behind the character, it's awesome. It's inspiring to see the level of diversity, but also the originality of each and every one of you. And that is super cool. And thank you. Thank you again for blowing that video just out of proportion for what I thought it was. To the singular question, how do you start your game? I thank you. Now, we are here in the Terran. No more sob stories, but you know, dry your tears. You guys are good. You guys are good. But the Terran Cadet series. Now, between now and the last time we really took a look into the Terran Cadet series, there's not a huge difference. You may have noticed that we do have some Osaka's lying abreast here. And yeah, I spent 131 million on these 4 Osakas to help guard this gate in Hatikva's choice. But as you can see in the background, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if that one's moving. That one could be a dead one. 5 Barbarossas. And you can see
K.
1, 2, 3, 4 Ks. Oh, I'm sorry. 5 Barbarossas? 6, 7 Barbarossas. Now, Barbarossas, from what I have witnessed thus far, I have been sitting here quite a while. Barbarossas go in 3s, it looks like. And I have seen 3 Barbarossa. Yeah, they just have 1 loss of a Barbarossa. I have seen 3 Barbarossas, just 3 Barbarossas, shred Ks. Here is the evidence of that. Now, with that being said, and with a lot of negative attention towards capital combat, destroyer v destroyer, maybe it's just the ship. Now, I can totally be wrong. I can totally be wrong. I don't do a whole lot of capital v capital. I built a fleet to do it. I was beat to the punch. The Vigors are, in my mind, acting very peculiar. Oh my god. It's a word. You know what I said. You know what I meant. But I have, out of my memory, I do not recall a time where the Vigor Syndicate has guarded this gate non-stop. Now, in some of the older variations of the game, we've seen Terranid ships, deploy at the gate to guard it. Argon. I've seen Talati here once. But typically it's Argon and Terranid ships. Now, if you get the Boron should come over to this gate as well from time to time. But I have never seen a faction sit here without going through the gate for an attack like the Vigors do. The Vigors are in full defense mode. And I don't quite understand this. But if we take a look at the bigger picture, the post that I last did of let's make the Xenon great again, I'm going to double down on that in this episode. Because the Xenon are incredibly weak. Now, you see this instance right here? This instance, without retaliation from the Xenon, is a constant in this universe I'm in. I've seen it here with the Odysseus. Now, I will say that these guys probably came in and wiped out these Odysseus's. But for the longest time, no drones, no defense craft tried to protect this Xenon shipyard. They had a pretty long go at this shipyard. Looks like just the 2 of them until an I and 2Ks came in. I think it's kind of ridiculous, honestly. And if we take a look over in Zyarth territory, there's not a push, not a station. There's nothing over here. That's never going to get built. The Talati are going to take Matrix 9. Let's go down here to Scale Plate Green. This is all without me. This is no help. No help from the player. And with all of this going on, and where we are in the Terran Cadet series, and what we need to do story-wise with the Yaki, and then going into the covert ops missions for the Terran Secret Service against the Argon and the Antigone. I just see the demise of the Xenon as just something that's almost inevitable. There's a defense station. I mean, the only hard part that I can foresee us having is going to be in Thark's Cascade. And that's just because it's a hazardous sector, right? And, I mean, there's an Asgard in there right now. It's another station. Once we get past Thark's Cascade, I honestly believe that the rest, 7-9B, going into Savage Spur might be a little difficult when it comes into Savage Spur 1. Savage Spur 2 will probably push from the top down just because of these two stations. I'll probably do those myself. But look at this. Now, oh, they have a Pegasus? Go you guys. Now, what we have to do for the mission, right? We got to clear out Savage Spur. We got to clear out Matrix 7-9B and Thark's Cascade. That seems pretty doable. Now, once we get into the Terran covert ops missions, hopefully we can use that to kind of turn the tide against against Argon. That's kind of, I think that's going to be our goal, because the Argon, where they're not really kind of pushing through in Zyarth's dominion, they are pushing into True Sight. They might not be able to push into, well, I guess they are, aren't they? He's going to attack that guy, isn't he? Because I don't think the Ministry are friends with HOP. Ministry. Relations. Enemies, Holy Order, Terran Protectorate, Vigor Syndicate. Yeah. So they're not friends with the Holy Order. They're friends with the God Realm. Not the Holy Order. Holy Order is friends with no one. They're allied with no one. Oh, they're technically just enemies, and they're not hostile to the Argon. Hopefully we can swing that. We can swing that in a different way. Speaking of the Zyarth and Argon, they're not hostile to the Argon either. We're gonna play some diplomacy games as well. We're gonna play some diplomacy games. But the state of the universe is the Xenon are dying. And we're doing little to help. And it's kind of sad. If you want my honest opinion. I do think they need to be more powerful. I know there's mods out there. Yeah. What's going down here? Oh, little ship battle. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for now. So the next things that we are going to do is we're going to expand this fleet that we do have here, this flotilla of frigates, not frigates, I'm so sorry, destroyers, flotilla of destroyers. We are going to start the Terran covert ops missions in conjunction with cleaning out these sectors. Hopefully we'll get level 30 rep where we can purchase Sins and Asgards. If not, we're going to try to steal those blueprints. That's right. But yeah, it's kind of sad. Xenon are a former shadow of themselves. But again, I will catch you guys again. I hope you have a wonderful evening, morning, afternoon, whenever you do watch. And again, thank you.